Amazing job on Julie and the Phantoms. What
Thank you.
a delightful show. I did not expect this. Now I'm just like need season 2 immediately. But my first question is for Charlie. Luke's story with his parents was so beautiful. And I loved the episode Unsaid Emily. But now with what's happened at the end of the season and the fact that maybe you have some more time on Earth, do you think that there's more opportunities for Luke to connect with his parents? And
I'm not sure. Well, I'm sorry, my mom was walking behind making faces,
which is what Luke needs.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He needs a little more. But honestly, I think that story is I think we got the best out of that story. I think we got our message across. I think more people are reflecting on the relationship sometimes, and like I was like telling the boys, it's like I've been waking up to emails and Instagram messages and about people telling me stories about like how they lost a mom, how they lost sibling or a parent and or a grandparent, and it's just like they've lost some things that they used to love doing in their life, but the show made them reflect on that, and they're bringing it back in, and yeah. they feel like, and they love the laughter, and they feel so much happier, and then and that's the point, right? That's the point of entertainment, is to hopefully get people out of things and hopefully, have fun at the same time. And we got so much. I think there's so much more we can do. There's Reggie's world, there's Alex's world, there's a lot we can dive in. There's Bobby still, like there's a lot of like material out there. And, I think we said a good goodbye to Luke's mom and dad. So.
Beautiful. Now, one thing that hopefully is not a goodbye is the Alex and Willie story, which has been one of the highlights for me.
Hopefully. Could you imagine, like, written out?
Yes.
Alex is gone. Owen's done.
Do you think, Owen, can you envision a happily ever after life for the two of them? And what has it been like developing that dynamic with Boo Boo?
Say that last part one more time. Sorry.
What has it been like developing the dynamic with Boo Boo?
Oh, I mean, Boo Boo's the coolest. I mean, the boys can speak on this too. Like, we all became such good friends, and you're so sad to see him go. But it was interesting because the band, we did like a 6-week like intensive boot camp kind of thing where we really kind of had to be friends, and it worked well.
Forced to become friends. That sounds bad. We're super close now. Yeah.
Taking classes on being friends.
Yeah. We bonded pretty quick, but we also had all that time to bond and kind of create a real chemistry that you would see on camera. So Boo Boo and I were talking, and he was a guest star. So, he was flying in the day before we started shooting our biggest scene. So, we were kind of nervous. We were like, we got to create this chemistry out of kind of nowhere. And we had met, during the auditions and stuff, but he came in and he touched down and he texted me real quick, and he came to my house, and we just sat there and ran the scenes for a while, and it was pretty instant. So, I think we were pretty excited to get going. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see, hopefully we see some more. I hope we see some more in season 2, because Boo Boo's so much fun to work with and act with. So see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully. Now, Reggie is such like a beautiful soul. I love how he wants to like reach out to the family, he's there like trying to make a connection with people who just can't see him. So my question is, for you as an actor, what's it like to sort of do the inverse? Because a lot of times it's like, oh, I have to talk to a ghost, but now you are the ghost. So what is it like sort of acting,
it's
talking to the wall?
Right. It's interesting because it's almost like you have a scene where it's like a monologue, in that like you're just doing a lot of lines, but there's no back and forth really. I mean, it's you just talking at people a lot, and it's very interesting. I feel like in some ways it's harder probably for the other people that are that can't know that you're talking and stuff, because like for me, especially Reggie, like he has so many funny lines that I feel like it's harder for the other cast members to like just act like they're not hearing it. And my whole thing is like, I'm physically interacting with them and like doing all this, and like they have to act like they can't see it. And I feel like I get the fun part of that a little bit. But it's like you said, I think it's really cool that Reggie's personality is such that even though he really has a very one-sided relationship with Julie's family. It's still like something that he kind of holds on to and enjoys and furthers and feels like they're his family too, which is so sweet. And I think that's the epitome of him as a person, is that he really makes the best out of any situation. And I love that about him. He kind of has that just happy-go-lucky, glass is half full type mentality. And that's really fun. I love playing that.
He is precious. Do you each have a favorite musical number or a song that was the most fun for you to perform? Starting with Charlie.
It's a hard question. It's a lot harder than it seems, because there's because the more that we talk about the songs, the more that there's memories that come around and everything. But and I usually say Bright because that's the one that we started off with, or I'll say Now or Never, because it was like we had this band meeting where we were like deciding when we could put the fireworks on. But and right now, right when you asked, I feel like I want to tell the world how The Band Is Back was. It's like this one that we got to film on the beach, and
Charlie is just about to name off every single song.
He's like stealing all of them.
But The Band Is Back was like was this really cool little it was like almost like a little introductory workshop that we were doing, like the music. There's a couple of writers that came in, and we got to like figure out how we wanted to go for it. And Kenny really wanted this Monkees vibe, and Kenny introduced, like I knew, I'm a believer, I couldn't see, that song is like a classic, but I didn't realize that how big the Monkees were. And then when we got to go up and act all goofy, and people were hearing us dance, and we were like Jay was like jumping up on chair to chair, fell once, and the whole crew was like, oh,
ate it like face first on those metal chairs.
And he was fine.
Yeah. Jay got right back up, just like Reggie would.
I got back up as fast as possible, because I was like, if I don't get up as fast as possible and act like it was less of a big deal than it was, I might not get to shoot this scene. And I really wanted to shoot that scene. I was like, I'm good. Totally fine. That's gone. My leg's broken. Fine. Don't worry about it. It's good.
My favorite probably was Nothing to Lose, just because those little solos within them we actually got to create ourselves, which was so cool. We got we got to workshop those ourselves and send it in, and so it was just so fun, like, because it was one of the last things we shot too, so it was like kind of leading up to that, and we got to wear like cool suits, and we were on stage with Cheyenne, and that room is just insane. So that was a lot of fun for me.
All right.
I don't know. I would say Bright, probably, just because it was like the first one that we got to do as a full Julie and the Phantoms band. And it's also the song that we all auditioned for the show with.
Oh.
And got the show basically off of performing live in front of Kenny and all the people. So that'll always have a special place in all of our hearts, I think, just because like that was like the first song that any of us did pretty much for the show, which is cool.
That's awesome. Well, all three of you are wonderful, and I cannot wait to see you in season 2, which we'll definitely get. Okay.
Hey, Tatiana, before you bounce, I want to say, like, I love your guys' videos on YouTube. I watch them all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Like the pitch meetings and stuff. That's so cool. Thank you.
There's so many. Yeah, no, it's really,
as if I made them. I created them. No. Okay. Thank you.
Take it easy.